So in a few days, we have our rhetorical analysis paper due, and I said that I was going to record a video for you so that you understand exactly what I mean. Really what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going over the actual assignment itself, but maybe providing a little bit more depth and insight to hopefully make sure that people do well on this assignment. So you're going to be using APA formatting. If you've never used APA before, I would encourage you to look things up online, such as Purdue OWL. You can look at a sample paper, go through everything that you need right there. And this is going to be about 900 words in length. It's about 3 pages. And the reason that I use a word limit instead of page is because people get, well, does it count the cover page? Does it count the references? Blah, blah, blah. Instead, I really just want you to focus on about 900 words. If it's a little bit under, a little bit over, no big deal. I'm looking for a good in-depth argument. This is a short paper. Keep that in mind. So you're going to take a text, and that text can be anything. It says right in here that it can be a print advertisement, a blog post, a newspaper, an op-ed piece, short story, YouTube video, painting, political speech, or it can actually be a written text too. And you're going to be looking at it in terms of its argument. So this is already ready for rhetorical analysis, meaning that it's already taking a position on something, and it can be anything that you want. You're going to summarize the argument, analyze its effectiveness. So was it able to persuade you in some way or not? And support your stance, meaning why did it persuade you or not persuade you? I don't want like one paragraph saying like, and it didn't persuade me at all. Why? So I would probably prefer you to analyze something a little bit shorter, like a single document, a single newspaper article, or something smaller, not like a film or a series or something like that. It's going to be much harder to grapple with big ideas like that. This paper is where you'll make a clear argument about the merits of another person's argument. Did the other person make a good argument or not? And why or why not? So I have a number of bullet points here. Give us a succinct context for the text. Who said it, what, where, when, why, how, just like the basic overview. State the text explicit or implicit thesis. Sometimes a paper will say like, this is exactly the thesis. Other times you have to kind of figure out what the heart of the paper is. Figure that out. Number 3, summarize the evidence used in the text to persuade an audience of this thesis. So did they use outside research? Did they reference things? Was that person already an expert on it and didn't need the extra research, so they had their ethos? In what ways did they do that? Then 4th, make a clear and specific argument about why the text did or did not persuade you. So something to keep in mind here, I don't want you to already think one thing and then say like, I absolutely agree with this. It doesn't necessarily mean you can't pick something that you do believe in, but it shouldn't be something that when you read the title, you're already like, yes, I'm 100% on board, because then you're bringing in your own bias. And then finally, offer additional support to back your case from a persuasive research discussed in the text, personal experience, and other appropriate evidence. So think about how you want to position your case. A couple students emailed me and said, do we need other outside research? Not necessarily, no. You could only, like if you just want to use your one source that you're reviewing, that's probably okay. It's a short rhetorical analysis paper, but if you did want to use, if you did want to quote the text about, identifying arguments or something, if you want to talk about your personal experiences, all of those things are up for grabs. Really what I want for you to get out of this is a way to look at an argument and say why or why not in terms of persuasion. Why was it persuasive? Why wasn't it persuasive? And I think that one of the things I really like about this assignment is this gets into starting to think differently about arguments in general. You start seeing arguments everywhere you go, and you start saying, is this a good argument or is this not a good argument? And I will also say this. It is totally acceptable for you to agree with the, let's say, author's perspective, but also say that it wasn't a good argument. So you might fervently believe in something, but the argument didn't do anything for you, and that's okay too. So it's not about what you're bringing to the table. It's not about what you already believe. It's trying to assess an argument where it is. What does it do well? What doesn't it do well? And I think this is a really great opportunity to do that. If people have issues and questions in this class, always feel free to reach out to me. I'm continuously looking for ways to engage with people. I understand that it's an online class and sometimes you might feel a little bit isolated, but for the students who are emailing me regularly, I feel that we have a really good rapport and good engagement. I think that the discussion boards are going really well, and if you have issues with this assignment or the assignments coming up here, understand that you can always reach out to me. So we still have we have these major assignments in the class, but mainly it's reading and discussion boards, reading and discussion boards, reading and discussion boards, and that's on purpose. I think that sometimes the overemphasis on just drill and skill only goes so far. I want for you in this class to start thinking differently, to start thinking persuasively, to start making connections that you may not have before. So I think the class is going well. If people have issues and questions, always feel free to reach out to me. I'm really looking forward to grading these next assignments, and until next time, see you later.